Hi, Greg here. Today I have a book I want to share with you. It's winter time, so I've been stuck inside and there isn't much to do other than read books. So today I'm going to share with you the book that I absolutely love right now. It's called Cool Tools by Kevin Kelly. The tagline is a catalog of possibilities, and this book is absolutely amazing. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even know this book existed until just very recently. I was listening to the Tim Ferriss podcast. I'm a huge podcast fan. And Kevin Kelly, the author of this book, was on. And he is the most interesting person. I absolutely love the podcast. I found him to be so intelligent, and he talked about this book that he wrote, and I was like, you know what? I have to buy that book, and that's what I did. So I want to share this with you today. This book is completely awesome, so let's take a look at it. This is Cool Tools by Kevin Kelly. Now, from the last shot, you probably saw just how big this book is, and that's probably one of the only downfalls of it. If you look at my hand, this is my hand in comparison to the book. It's just a huge book, and it's quite unwieldy, so once you get it to where you're going, you're probably going to be okay, but this isn't something you really want to travel with, although I have taken it back and forth to work and read during my lunch several times. We'll get into the cover here. Now, this is a book that you probably think is just about tools, and maybe some of you are already turned off by that. But it's not just about tools. Here's the definition of what Kevin Kelly considers a tool. It says a cool tool is anything useful that increases learning, empowers individuals, does work that matters, is either the best or the cheapest or the only thing that works. So it's not just about tools, it's about really anything that can make your life easier. And over here on this page here, right inside the cover, it shows all the topics that are covered. And this is probably the easiest way to show you what this book's really about. So we'll go down through this. So you got the topics. There's consumptivity. And it just shows you, this is sort of like an intro to the book on how to kind of use the book and also how to get prices and where to find tool catalogs in general. There you can see warranties, price tracking. So there's a lot of interesting stuff there. I actually made it through that entire section. I'm going to go through this entire book. I'm not with you currently, but I'm going to go through it on my own. Here, and then you get into materials. This is sort of where it really does get into the tools. You get modular struts, construction materials, brackets, adhesives. This is all the stuff that you would use to build things. Then you go into workshop. This is all the stuff for, there you go, making your own tools, which I thought was really interesting, like blacksmithing. And then it has how to get tools, lending tools, renting them, and then just tools in general. Then you got craft, and you got saws, Japanese tools, hand tools, woodworking, sanders, tool chest. This is all the knives, pickers, picker-uppers, tapes, Velcro, cords, straps, ties, calipers, measurers, just tons of stuff. And that goes up here too. So I'll just kind of go down through this. I think I won't really read every single thing to you, but it's worth noting exactly what's inside this book if you're thinking about buying it, because I didn't see a video like this, and I think it'd be helpful. Then you go into clothing. So this isn't necessarily tools. You got eyewear, headbands, hats, gloves, underwear, everyday pants. So this stuff isn't, like, you got shoes, bare feet, sandals, shoe chains, watches. That stuff isn't necessarily tools, but it's something that makes your life easier, so it can be considered that. Then you go into design. And you can see all the stuff under there, which is pretty cool. 3D printing, I'm excited about reading that. Then you go into dwelling, real estate, handmade homes, which is really cool. Renovation, domes and yurts. I someday would love to live in a yurt. I just love the idea of it. Boat living, I'm excited about that chapter right there. I think that's going to be great. Then you get into homestead, which is another thing that I really love. This book is like speaking to me. You got generators, homesteading, self-reliance. That's something that means a lot to me. Backyard chickens, that's me perfectly. Bookkeeping, wild gardens, fishing. You can just see how awesome this book is and all the stuff that's in here. Composting toilets. Then you get into household, and you get rechargeable batteries, ladders, weatherproofing, drain hygiene, cleaning. Then you go into kitchen, go down through all that. Then you got winemaking, you learn how to do that. And dehydrators, something I'm into. Then more cooking stuff here. Then you go into edibles, recipes, cookbooks, strange foods, food science, ingredients, gardens. Take a look at all that stuff there. That can be helpful for anybody that's looking to garden. Then we go into big systems, which is kind of out there, I guess. It's not really necessarily useful to you, but it's something that you could find interesting. Cosmos, astronomy, meteorites, geology, clouds, weather. You never know. And then it says continued inside back cover. So I guess there's even more stuff back here. Oh my goodness. This is just crazy. Here's even more topics. I'll go through them here since we already started. Let me see if I can fold this down so we can keep it nice for you there. Travel, mobile living, vehicles, self-motion. Again, you can pause this if you want to see stuff in particular. Backpacking, social, storytelling, orality, visual media, continues up here. This is just great. Digital, livelihood. There you got self-employment, crowdfunding, learning, which is what this book's all about, science process. Look at this, rockets, chemical experiments. Then you got play, you got puzzles, game design, geocaching, somatics. I guess that is fitness, basically. You got grooming, medical supplies, first aid, family, and then inner space. And you got the index. Now that I showed you all the topics that are covered, I'm going to show you how Cool Tools works. Let's just pick a topic. I was thinking maybe we would try looking at the raising chickens section. So that's page 132. Essentially, this book is a resource guide. Let me find the page for the chickens. So we go here, and here is the top of the page. It's titled Backyard Chickens. And then if you go down here, it shows you a bunch of the chicken coops, and it says, Best for Backyard Beginners, Raising Chickens for Dummies. And here is a picture of the book. It shows you how much it costs, and then who wrote the book, and when it came out, and how many pages. Then there's a brief review on it, and then there's also a QR code and where you can buy it at. So this will typically take you to Amazon unless there's a particular website that's tailored to this, but usually goes to Amazon, and then you can go there and buy that book. So if you were looking to learn more about raising chickens, there you go. That's where you can go to do it. So this book doesn't actually show you how to raise chickens. It kind of just shows you where you can go to find out more. So here's another example down right below that. Classic How-To, Story's Guide to Raising Chickens. It's $13, and there is a cover picture, and then you can take the QR code, and that's where you can find it. So here is Chicks by Mail, Murray McMurray Hatchery, and then it'll take you to the website there, which is really cool. And I just think this is just an awesome book. Let's just go to a random page, for example. Here's one on motorcycles. So here you go. Here is the Ultimate Adventure Touring Bike. This is a BMW R1150 GS motorcycle. It gives you a review of it. Gives you a picture. I mean, there's just so much in here, and it's all kind of the same thing. Here's one for bike lights. You got the Nog USB light, $21, and it shows you where it's from. Then it gives you a review. There's a QR code, and it's just an awesome setup. And the whole book is set up like this, so now you have an example of what it's like. Like I said, just basically a resource guide on pretty much everything. There's just so much in here. I couldn't begin to put this all in one video. So that is my review of Cool Tools by Kevin Kelly. I'm sorry it was so long-winded. I just hate it when I watch a video review of a book and they don't go into enough detail, so I want to make sure that you saw all the topics that were covered, and I think you saw that in this, and gave you a little bit of an example of what to find inside. Essentially, this book is just an idea book of things that you can look at and find out more topics than you ever even knew existed. Just going through the index, I was surprised at what's included in this. And you can look at what they have to offer, read a brief review on whatever the product is, and then if you're interested in it, you can go on and then find more resources from the links that they have inside here, and I think that's very valuable. So essentially this book is a tool to find tools or to learn about tools, and I think that's just kind of an awesome concept. I paid $25 for this book on Amazon. I think it's definitely worth that. At 472 pages, this is going to keep me busy for a very long time, and I think you'll really like it. This film and this video was not sponsored in any way by Kevin Kelly or this book. I just think it's great, and it's my opinion, so go check it out when you get a chance. Cool Tools.